in the head of an entrepreneur. And what's in the head of an entrepreneur is they're opportunity driven. So when I had this opportunity to possibly write the book, I said to myself, this is something that I'm really passionate about and I wanted to make it happen. And to be proactive to the extreme, that's entrepreneurship. How many entrepreneurs are there in the audience? Can I see your hands? Ooh, wow, oh my goodness. That's phenomenal. It looks like about 50% of this group are entrepreneurs. So we're dealing with our minds, not the book definition of entrepreneurship. And so we're opportunity driven, we're proactive to the extreme, we're innovative, creative, we deliver uniqueness, innovation, creativity. We're intensely focused on a goal, intensely focused on getting there, and we're unstoppable. That's the mindset of an entrepreneur. And if I could give you one graphic of the way I think about this is, entrepreneurs are like eagles. They fly over their domain, they look for opportunities, they become obsessed about opportunities, they're courageous leaders. They're builders for the future. They're passionate, intensely passionate about what they get involved in, and then they're unstoppable. And as I told my class this week, I said, by the end of this week, I want you all to see yourself as eagles, opportunity-obsessed, courageous, passionate, and going after your vision with courage and unstoppability. Okay, so that's entrepreneurship. It's not the book definition. It's what goes on in the mind of an entrepreneur. Now, negotiation. Everyone in this room is constantly, continuously involved in negotiations. Not only business negotiations, but just working out social relationships and contracts, unstated, of all kinds, every single minute. And what it is, it's the meticulous orchestration of the process. It's a process with the goal of reaching agreement regarding the terms of a contract. So parties come together to negotiate because they want to reach a mutually acceptable goal. Otherwise, they wouldn't be participating in the negotiation. A classic principle in negotiation is that in business, you don't get what you deserve. There's no such thing as deserving. You get what you're able to negotiate. Very, very important. So here comes the case. This is a case study we're going to do. So John Wiley and Sons, one of the largest publishing companies in the world, a book publisher, found me. They found me through Babson, but they looked at many other schools as well. They looked at Wharton School, they looked at Harvard, they looked at other schools for an entrepreneurship professor that could write a book. And as the case unfolds, particularly pay attention to the dates of what's going on. So this was December 10th, 2005, just before Christmas. I was actually coming down to Mexico to spend Christmas and New Year's with my Mexican family, and they contacted me and asked for a book proposal. How many people in the audience have written a book? Oh wow, a book.
I thought you said reading.
Oh no, you're right. How many want to write a book? How many would like to write a book in their lifetimes? Oh, okay, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, mucho. So let me talk to you about the details of what it takes to write a book. So John Wiley, on December 10th, 2005, asked for a book proposal. So this is a book proposal. It had my cover that I had in mind, and then it had about maybe 9 or 10 pages. Whoops. It had the graphics that I was thinking of, my money machine concept. It had a table of contents. It was quite a significant document. Wiley wanted it in 10 days. Now here's what a book proposal includes. A brief description of what the book is you're going to write, unique content summary, table of contents in great detail, special editorial features, like my money machine was a special editorial feature, and some of my other models. They want to know about the author, how could I help in selling and marketing, who the target audience was, in comparison with the competitors. Well, I had my own set of competitors because other professors of entrepreneurship were being contacted by Wiley to write this same book, and I wanted this contract. So what I did, they gave me 10 days, and I'm going to Mexico towards the end of December. In 10 days, with intense focus, I contacted every friend and colleague that could help me out with resources, people who wrote books, people who knew editors, literary agents, anything. I found 2 editors, I got a literary agent, I talked to other authors, I wrote my book proposal. I sent the book proposal that I wrote to 2 editors simultaneously, so that each one was critiquing it and editing it for grammar and content. And then I sent it overnight to Wiley in 19 days. That's opportunity obsession, isn't it? They asked for it in 10 days, they got it in 10 days. Now, I went to Mexico. I was so excited I couldn't stand it. I thought I wrote a pretty good book proposal, and I knew there were other authors that wanted this contract. I mean, after all, think about this. I was going to have a partnership with Donald Trump, because this was Donald Trump's university, and John Wiley, one of the biggest publishing companies in the world. I wanted this. On January 15th, I came back from Mexico, and I made a decision that no matter what happened on the contract or the book or anything, I was going to write this book. And so on January 15th, with or without a contract, I made my commitment to go ahead with it. And January 20th, I refined the table of contents, I put a milestone chart together, and I began writing furiously without a contract. This book was going to happen at that point because I was so committed. You know, one of the expressions that I have always appreciated is by Johann von Goethe. And he says, whatever you can do, or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. And begin it now. And I tell my students the same thing in entrepreneurship. Whatever you're feeling and believing, if you commit to it, it'll happen. You'll make it happen. So here I am on track with my book. So the first thing I did, I went and researched the competition. I went to libraries and bookstores and I found everything. I positioned the book for the mass audience. And I found this Rich Dad, Poor Dad series. Anybody familiar with Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Kind of well written. It's written for the general audience, nice, easy to read themes told through stories. So it was a good role model book. I like this for me.